Hello Potato and welcome to another video about LEGO. I am currently in the middle of building Kit 10326, the Natural History Museum, part of the Modular Building Collection, part of the Icons series now. And I'm about a third of the way through it and I've realized something rather important missing, something that belongs in that museum, and that is of course America's favorite thief of other countries' historical artifacts. That's right, Mr. Indiana Jones. His whip is there. I say it's his whip because as you go through the instructions for that set, there's a lot of little trivia bits, little fun facts about the things you're building. And there's little facts about every exhibit you're putting in the museum, except the mounted whip on the wall. There's no explanation as to what that's for. So I can only assume it is Indiana Jones's, which means I need Indiana Jones to go in the museum. Now, last year we did see some new Indiana Jones kits released, a grand total of 3 of them, because the 4th one, the Temple of Doom, got suddenly cancelled for undisclosed reasons that most people seem to think have to do with, shall we say, the cultural insensitivity of the depiction of at least one character in the set. Possibly 3. 2 or 3 anyways. So it looks like we're never getting that set. And we never got any sets for Dial of Destiny either, which is kind of sad, because the train would have been a cool set, the diving boat would have been a really cool set. But yeah, we didn't get anything for Dial of Destiny. But we did get the Temple of the Golden Idol, which I've already done a video on. I ran right home and put that together the same day it came out and had that video up the next day, because that's a really cool little shelf diorama. We got the Escape from the Lost Tomb set, which I still haven't put together yet. And we have today's, because Indiana Jones needs to be in the museum. And my other options were Escape from the Lost Tomb or this one. I thought, well, this one is the obvious choice, and that is Kit 77012, the fighter plane chase, because you get both Dr. Joneses, you get a car I can park out in front of the museum, and also you get a fighter jet, which I need to get some clear blocks so that I can hang it up like it's flying over the city. I need to get a bunch of clear blocks, frankly, because there's a lot of things I want to have kind of flying above the city. But yeah, I thought this would be the set to do. It's only 387 pieces. It came out in 2023, shortly ahead of the release of Dial of Destiny, which I think I've said it before, but if I didn't, well, even if I have, I'll say it again, I think was a pretty good movie. It was, I think, better than Crystal Skull. It's not the worst Indiana Jones movie. It's not the best Indiana Jones. That's Raiders. Raiders is the best movie. But it's in there. It's a firm middle of the packer. It's not the best. It's not the worst. It was a perfectly competent movie, well acted, well done. Wish it weren't the last one, not because I think it's a bad ending, just because I wish there were going to be more. But hopefully, I mean, as far as LEGO goes, we only got 3 kits last year for the release of the final movie in the series. But I think we have the anniversary coming up, and LEGO likes to really lean on those Star Wars anniversaries. Indeed, we have, as of this recording, we're about to have the, I think, 25th anniversary of Star Wars LEGO itself. And they're releasing some kits to promote that. So hopefully when we hit a good anniversary for Indiana Jones, we'll get some, maybe some remakes of the kits that I missed the first time around, the ones in 7, 8, and 9, like the truck chase, the flying wing. These are ones I do strongly regret not getting back in the day. I'm not going to pay $200, $300 for them now. So, because then I wouldn't want to open them. But this one will open. You get Indy, you get Henry, you get a nondescript Nazi fighter pilot, which we won't call a Nazi apparently, because I suppose little Lego Nazis is probably not a good thing since people would take it out of context. But it's pretty cool. I think the car will look nice parked in front of the museum. I do like on here, the plane actually is going to have the wings so that they pop off easily, so that you can do that sequence at the end of the chase where they're going through the tunnel, which I think that's pretty cool. I like that they thought to do that, especially because Lego's not super big on war toys, and I think World War II in particular and beyond is kind of where they're historically uncomfortable. And of course, Indiana Jones is set firmly in the World War II era. And I do see, though, looking at this, these are the same exact joints that I had problems with on the Ultra Caddy from Lego Movie 2. So hopefully we won't be doing a video in the, 3 or 4 years in the future where we're having to fix the wings on this. But we'll find out. I'm mostly here for the car and the minifigures anyways. So yeah, 387 pieces, I can speak. 387 pieces should be a pretty quick build. I think it'll be fun. The plane is nice. That plane looks good. I wonder if it's at all... I don't think so. I wonder if it's based on the World War I fighter from the old Wonder Woman set. But I'm looking at that fighter. I can't grab it easily, but I can see it from where I'm standing. And I'm going to say no. They're fairly different designs. First of all, the Wonder Woman one is open cockpit, different landing gear, much narrower wings, and it has the older style of weaponry on it. It has the kind with the little missiles that you had to flick from behind and launch out. And this is the more modern stud shooter, which I'm not going to use anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me, but for kids. And this set is actually, as of this recording, still available. I think I just saw it yesterday in Target. They still have this specific kit up on the shelf. But I bought this back when it came out. It's a thumb punch box, but it doesn't, there we go. It doesn't seem like the thumb punches were punched very well. There we go. All right, there we go. I feel like we're gonna have, yeah, that's definitely a decal. We're gonna have stickers. My enemy stickers. Go grab the tweezers before we get started, just in case. But yeah, 307 pieces should be a nice, quick build. And it will go join the partially built. Yeah, well, that's a bunch of stuff. That's gonna be I'm gonna hate that. That is the canopy of the airplane. Ooh, I'm gonna hate that. Because it's on a curved surface. It's a clear sticker. If you screw up, you're gonna get fingerprints on it. Oh, that part is not going to be fun. So we have 2 bags, 3 bags, 3 bags. I really do like that they've kind of moved to just having the bags be, a whole part in one bag, and not there being like 3 bag 2s and 2 bag 1s and 5 bag 6s. I like this. I like this better, especially in those big ones in that museum. That's actually very nice to only have like 1 bag 1 to look for. So there's our instructions. Pretty reasonably thick book, but it's also a small book. How many steps are we looking at here? 87? Looks like we're looking at 87. That's probably just for the plane. They probably start over, right? I'm gonna guess the car has its own set of instructions. Yeah. So we have 52 steps for the car and 87 steps for the plane, for a grand total of 139 steps. So that'll be fun. And yeah, I don't think I have too much else to say about it beforehand. Bags 2 and 3 go over there. Bag 1 can go over here. These stickers can go over here and just taunt me until I need them. And then I guess I will strap on the whip, put on my hat, and go into the fast forward for fortune and glory. There we go, kit 77012, Indiana Jones fighter plane chase, all put together right down to the little sign pointing that they're going the wrong way to Berlin. So, yeah, pretty easy build. The stickers were not as bad as I thought they would be. I will say this is not on centered, but I'm not going to try to take it off and put it back on because every time you do it with a clear sticker, it's just going to get worse. So we'll just look at it from this side and ignore the fact there's a big old gap on this side. Otherwise, I think the stickers went on pretty well. The plane's a nice design, but of course, I mean, the star here, the main thing I wanted out of the set was the car. I think the car is nice. Reminds me of some of the Monster Fighter vehicle, or at least one of the Monster Fighter vehicles. I don't remember exactly which one it came with, but there was a Monster Fighter car that had kind of this same, like, early 20th century aesthetic to it. It's nice. I mean, it would be nice if the doors were actual doors and not stickers. It is a kind of interesting thing and definitely something to keep in mind when you're putting it together. I mean, it shows you putting the sticker on once you've already got the doors in place. But the part of the tile the doors are attached to are actually under this black tile. So if you actually try to center that sticker on there, you're gonna have it be partially obscured. You have to actually, this is when you do actually want to not be centered. But otherwise, I think nice design. We have Indy, we have Henry, we have something I like to see in Lego kits, which is storage with a little extra bits. We've got the guns and the umbrella, can all nicely and safely store in the trunk. It's a literal trunk too, it's not even a boot, it's an actual trunk that can be taken out fairly easily. It's only held in by a couple studs, so it can be removed for play. Also, we have the suitcase, which is not fastened in at all, so when you pick the car up upside down, that's gonna fall out no matter what you do. But overall, a nice design. I like we've got some nice angles that Lego normally doesn't have through the use of hinged points. You can pop that off. Little claws there to keep that at an angle so it looks more like the film and not at a right, like 90-degree angle. I like the way the headlights are done on this as well. And of course we have Indy and Henry. Indy has got two faces because of course the newer Indiana Jones sets have hair attached to the hat, unlike the old ones, which just had the fedora by itself. So you do have a couple different faces for Indy to choose from. Neither particularly happy. I think this will be the one for the museum display, though. He's kind of happy. He can stand by his whip display and look pleased with himself. Also, it's the version of him with the tie, not the one shown here on the box, but it's the one shown in the picture. And then Henry, I think he only have the one face. Yeah, because his hat doesn't actually obscure the entire back of his head. So he's just got kind of the one look on his face. Also, he comes with his little journal, which thankfully that is a printed piece and not a one-by-one sticker, because that would just be awful. He doesn't seem to want to stay together as well as his son. Like, he keeps dropping his journal, losing his hat, not wanting to stick to the studs in the car. They are just held in with two studs in the car, I think, so they can be easily removed, but maybe a little too easily removed? I don't know. Let's see, can we get him to maybe lock him in place, lock Indy in place, put his hat back on him. I was trouble getting these hats on correctly on the first try. I always put them on backwards. And it's like a USB plug. No matter what way I put them on, it's always the wrong way the first time. I can flip it around 3 times and it will still be wrong once I finally get it on it. So anyway, he doesn't... Let's move that forward a little bit, if I can get in there a little better. Yeah, he doesn't want to stick in... I mean, he's not going to stay in the car. The car is going to probably sit empty on the street in front of the museum, while Henry and Indy will be inside the museum once it is finished being built, of course. There we go. All right. So yeah, I love the car. The car is definitely a nice piece, nice design. Oops, put the suitcase back. Does come with a couple pistols and the umbrella. So you can, gives you more play options for children who are playing with this, not just for that hat, man. Not just for adults like me who are going to have it sit there and gather dust in like a diorama setup. And then the plane. The plane's a nice design. I do like the plane. I mean, if they had this plane by itself, I might have got the plane just by itself. I do like the detachable wings. I just hope I hope these joints don't wear out like they did on Ultra Caddy, but I like that they've got some glowy red, like fiery pieces in there to just kind of really give it a sense of being on fire a bit once the wings have popped off. So that's nice. They stand pretty well though. They don't feel like they're, I mean, unless the joint wears out, which is of course my concern. But unless that the sockets wear out, they do stay on pretty well. And they hold in place at the right angle, kind of just tilt it up a little bit. And of course we do have our little shooters. Oh, that was like a dead shot. Henry's dead. And don't worry, Mia, you're going to lose these things, but don't worry. It comes with a few spares. I think, what, couple spares? 2 or 3. I see 3 extra pieces. Oops, unless I lose that one. Looks like 3 spare shots to come with it. No storage on here, no place to store those extra pieces. I mean, I'm sure you could be creative and find a place to put them, but none specifically for it. We do have a free spinning propeller at the front, and an interesting way of putting on the dome. You have to kind of pull up a little bit and then slide forward. It's only held on by these 2 studs back here. And while we're in here, let's look at our little Nazi pilot with his little like pod racing goggles. It also has, I think, 2 faces. No, he only has 1 face. I thought he had 2 faces too. I don't know why. I just put him together 20 minutes ago and I've already forgotten what he looks like. He seems like he should have a second face, so he should have like some sort of a panicked look on his face for when, you know, he realizes he's lost his wings and his, oh, and now his pieces are falling off too. He's lost his wings and is going through a tunnel. I'm kind of surprised they didn't give him a second face. That seems like, and now I've put it on upside down. I'm not doing good here. All right. We can get him back in. He does have a little movable flight stick in there. Not any way you could actually have him hold it. It's in the center, and of course, Lego minifigures do not have that range of motion. But it's a little fiddly to put that back on. Just gotta put it in and then push it down at the front to lock into place. And yeah, that looks good. And yeah, I do definitely want to get some clear bricks to put under here to mount up like it is actually flying. But that's secondary. I mean, the primary is the Joneses and their car. Actually, the primary is the Joneses, but the car is really nice too. I do like it. And yeah, it makes me miss even more that I didn't get some of the vehicles from the original releases back in 7, 8, 9, and that they are just massively expensive now. But well, maybe too late to get those. It's not too late to get this. This kit is still, like I said, as of this recording, this kit is still available in shops. Check your Lego store. Check, again, Target. I saw this exact kit in Target yesterday. So it's still out there, still kicking around. And who knows, if these eventually sell, maybe we'll get like a second run of Indiana Jones Lego. It does seem unfortunate that, given that we had 3 runs of it before, 7, 8, and 9, we're only getting, I've seen nothing announced yet for this year for more Indiana Jones, but definitely I'll be looking. I'll be looking, and I'll probably grab pretty much whatever they put out. But yeah, if you're an adult collector who wants to put these up on your shelf, that's certainly doable. You could easily mount this to be raised up or even hang it by string or something. If you have a child who's just learned about Indiana Jones and they want to have a little fun with some imaginative play amongst their other Legos, it's a great kit for that as well. It is an 8 and up set, so I mean, if your child is old enough to watch the movies, they're certainly old enough to handle putting this together and have a little fun having the Joneses run away from the Nazis. So I'm going to park this in front of the partially built museum and then get back to work on that. And yeah, that's all there really is to say about it for this video. This piece, sadly, I will have no use for. It'll just go into storage. The plane probably will, at least like some clear bricks that I can mount it on. But the car will definitely be at the museum when it opens shortly. And that about wraps up this video. Had a fun little build. little Indiana Jones, and now I only have one Indiana Jones kit that I purchased when they came out that I haven't put together, so who knows when I'll get around to that. But what do you think? Do you think this is a good kit? How do you think it compares to the older, like the fighter plane chase from the original releases back in the, the late aughts? I think it looks good. I sadly don't have the fighter plane chase myself to compare it to. Otherwise, I would. And, best to not be sad about the past, best to enjoy the present. But let me know what you think of this kit in the comments and how you think it compares to some of the older ones. I do like Indy's new hairpiece on the newer releases, having hair on it, so that it's not just the fedora. I do think it makes it look a little bit more like him. Also, it's maybe a little oversized, but I think it's a sculpt with more personality than the original ones had. But that wraps this up. I hope you found it all interesting or entertaining. If you did, go ahead, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.